Hi, Virgo, Sun, Moon, Ascendant, or Venus. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your December 12th, 2021 reading for you. Now, I ask if this reading resonates with you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. If you're interested in any of the cards that I'm using, they will be listed and linked in the description box below. And if you hear any snoring in the background that sounds like a human being, that is my dog Esme, so please ignore her. She adds to the ambiance. Okay, so let's begin the reading by clearing the energy space, raising our own energy vibration, and releasing any negativity. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. Releasing all negativity from the body like storm clouds, letting yourself feel calm, centered, and at peace as we enter into this safe and loving space. Let's let the bowl sing as we see what the tarot has to say. Virgo, December 12th, 2021, Virgo. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels and spirit guides. At the bottom is our rooted self. The left-hand side is our inner self. The middle, our heart, our emotional self. The right-hand side, the public arena, the public self. So let's see what the cards have to say. At our root, we have Justice, and we have the Chariot. So we have Libra energy with Justice, is represented by Justice in the major arcana, and Cancer energy, which is represented by the Chariot. So if we have Libra or we have Cancer within our natal chart, that's coming through very powerfully here at our root. Also, these people will have a way of affecting ourselves at a root basis, like they can shake us up in a way that other signs just can't. So be mindful of that. We have the Six of Cups, and we have the Emperor, which is Aries energy. So if we have Aries within our natal charts, that comes through very powerfully in our inner self. That part of our personality is going to come forward very strongly here. Or if we have them within our lives, they're going to affect us just personally. So be aware. Then we have our emotional self. We have the Seven of Pentacles, we have the Tower, and we have the Nine of Pentacles. There's a change coming forward. It's in between. It's waiting for prosperity, and it's prosperity coming forward and bounty really being able to be celebrated within our lives. But there's this change that has just rocked our world. So we're going to need to be aware of that. Then we have the Page of Swords, air sign energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius in the public arena. So if we have air sign energy within our natal chart, that comes through very powerfully here in the public arena. Also, air sign energy, words in general, things are going to be able to hit us verbally more than they would usually. There's going to be a sensitivity to us that we just need to be aware of. And then there's the Two of Cups. And the Two of Cups is the minor arcana Lovers card. It's love, it's healing, it's unity, it's connection, and it's really quite beautiful. So let's look at the energy we need to be mindful of. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. We have the King of Wands. So this is fire sign energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. This is somebody who just burns so bright that they encompass all of us. So this is somebody, and that's not in the best of ways. It's not like, wow, we're supporting them and we're loving them and it's just awesome for them. It is a person who says, I need all my energy, but I also need all of your energy. There's intensity, there's a sense of entitlement here, that they're not entitled to it. They're not entitled to take all of our energy so that we burn only for them. So just be mindful of that. This is in work where the person's like, I'm the only star here. You will work for me. You're a peon. I can absolutely do whatever it is that I want type of deal. And it's like, no, you can't. Like, what the heck? In our personal lives, it's going to be the same way. This person is a taker and not a giver. And yet they can do things that seem really nice and really compassionate and really beautiful. And that's just to placate us so that they can take more. So just be aware of that during this time. It moves us to our chakra energy. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels and spirit guides. This is truth. Now, this is the throat chakra. And so here we're going to need to speak our truth, to speak to ourselves the way that we need to see our world, what we desire within our lives. There's a sense here of balancing the scales because we're saying things with openness and honesty for ourselves and to the people around us. People might not like what we have to say at times because there are opinions there. It's part of us and it might not be part of them. But there's going to be a solid foundation of truth to who we are that's coming forward that will be respected. So that's nice. I mean, this isn't saying get into arguments with people, but it is saying be open and honest with yourself on this day. Now, the 12th of December, this angel number day is really quite beautiful because it's moving us forward. It's saying here we're ready to move forward, but we do have the opposing energy of the sun squared Neptune. So the sun squared Neptune creates a battle, and this is a time where we have to overcome that battle, where we're going to find ourselves dealing with the weak spots in our lives, dealing with the things that we feel sensitive about or insecure about. They start coming up on this day. And on this day, we're also a very sensitive, very caring person. So we're going to want everything to be smooth and easy and not have any ripples or waves coming forward, but yet we can't help it. So this is going to be a day where we're looking at things, we're looking at that tower time, and we're saying, how did that shape me? How did that move me forward? Where can I be now? Justice, we're cutting through doubts and fears and negativities. We're really starting to say, this is what I want, this is what I need in my life, this is who I am. We're being discerning. We're being discerning about the energy we let into our lives. We're being discerning about the energy that we bring forward. Sometimes being too open, sometimes being too kind and connected, that drains us. And I'm not saying here, and Spirit is definitely not saying to harden our hearts, but what Spirit is saying is being very mindful of the energy that we let affect us and how we let it affect us. So here, it's knowing that we are just within our world, right? We are kind and compassionate and understanding, but we are also not the doormats for everyone. And that's going to be really important. It moves us to the Chariot. It moves us to moving forward in our hearts, in our loves, in what we're passionate about, seeing our hearts become a part of us in a very real way, in a very open way. And as we do this, we start to realize that my emotional self is powerful. I am powerful. We have memories, the Six of Cups coming forward in the inner self. This is a day also where we start to look at things and we say, how do I move forward the way that I want to? Because the angel number, as I skipped over kind of like the big crux of this angel number, not only is it for us to move forward, but it's a reminder to believe in ourselves, to recreate and create balance within our lives, and to appreciate and invest in our meaningful relationships. That's what we're going to be seeing here at our root. We're not going to want to spend time with people that we just have like a surface cursory understanding of. It's like, I need something substantial. I need something powerful. We need to keep the peace within our lives during this time and step out of our comfort zone, because as we do this, we start to stay focused on our dreams and what our hearts desire. And these dreams are becoming manifested within our lives. Like, this is what we're moving towards. And the thing that we have to look out for with the Six of Cups is the past coming forward and saying, you can't. You can't because you messed up once in the 8th grade. You can't because life is hard and tricky. And obviously we haven't traversed this the best way humanly possible. We've left hurts and pains in our past. People have hurt us and scarred us, and life is hard. And these trials and tribulations are going to be coming up, and they're going to want to hold us back and say, no, you can't possibly move forward the way you think you can. And what Spirit is saying here is that we acknowledge the pain within us. We acknowledge the things from our past that have shaped us in ways that we don't want anymore. And yet we don't let the past dictate our present. We become the emperor. We embrace with maturity and with understanding what we want, where we're headed, what we're looking for, and we say, this is the place for me. The emperor is fierce, has every right to sit on the throne, and is not a person who sits there and apologizes for their existence. This is going to be a time where we're kind of battling between an insecurity coming forward, and then also a fierceness, this is my life, this is myself, this is what I desire. And that brings us to a place of patience, because as we claim this throne, as we say, this is what I want for my life, as we amplify our fire within ourselves, we need patience for the fruits of our labors to ripen, for things to start moving forward in a way that divinity has them. So we can question divinity, we can question its existence, we can question its, the way that it leads our life. But this is a time where we need to step back and say, okay, I can push. It's kind of like having fruit, right? And the fruit isn't ripe, a whole big bustle of strawberries. We have a whole big thing of strawberries and we cut them up. They're not ripe, but if we just put enough sugar on them, they taste delicious, right? They're a little bit crunchy. They can even have that little bit of a sour taste after it, and it can be pleasant. But if you let the strawberries ripen, if you let things come forward into their own natural beauty, into their own natural sweetness, it's extraordinary. A ripe strawberry is delicious. Kind of like snow peas picked from the garden. They're amazing. And here, it's like, let things ripen. Let things come to maturity in their time. We can force it, and we're going to know when we force it. So we can talk about divinity, we can talk about spirit, we can talk about all this stuff. But if we start to look at nature, and we start to look at our own nature, it's like, okay, am I forcing it because it's causing me stress and anxiety, and it's making me feel overwhelmed, and it's robbing all my joy, and it's causing me not to sleep at night, and I'm just feeling so overwhelmed and so pushed. And so Spirit's saying, step back. Our own bodies, our own selves are saying, step back. And as we start to step back into our energy, we start to see what it is that we want from our lives. We start to see what it is that we don't want from our lives. The Tower comes forward in our hearts. It's the change that we've been pushed into. It's the things that have happened in our lives that we had almost no control over. And it was like, ready or not, here it comes. It was a sink or swim moment. Now, this could be, again, when divinity pushes us out of our comfort zone, but this is also when, we had to face things. We had to sink or swim. And it's been hard. It's been overwhelming. And we wouldn't have chosen that road if we had a choice. But sometimes it doesn't feel as if we have a choice. And the Tower is saying, we withstood. We withstood a change that rocked us to the bone. We withstood an impact that guided us forward in a way that we hadn't imagined. And it brings us to the 9 of Pentacles. It brings us to now being able to enjoy having survived the Tower time, having embraced a change that was powerful and intense and so much more than we thought it would be. And the 9 of Pentacles comes in. And it says, embrace your prosperity, embrace your abundance. Know that, yes, there's a heck of a lot of hard work to come. There always is. But now I get to celebrate me. Now I get to rejoice in me. And it brings us then to the Page of Swords. It brings us to certain words being masked. Everybody isn't saying what they think. And we ourselves are not always going to be saying what we think and what we want. This is a time where things can feel overwhelming, where we can feel, a little bit too invested and then sometimes not invested enough. We're going to be students of our minds and of our words and where we want to be and what we want to say. This is also a time where we're looking at people. We're looking at people and we're really looking at how they back up their words. It's not always going to be about words during this time, but it's going to be very interesting. We're going to make a study almost of the words and the actions. If they line up, if they don't line up, this is definitely something we're taking note of. And we're going to be judging people on this most definitely. It's like, can I trust you? Can't I trust you? And then it brings us to the 2 of Cups. It brings us to healing beautiful love. It brings us to a place where we feel the unity within our heart, the passion within ourselves, a sense of dreams coming forward, a sense of the sacred masculine and sacred feminine aspects of ourselves coming together, and we're seeing ourselves more and more. And it brings us to our subconscious energy to be mindful of, and that is the Princess of Pentacles. This is earth sign energy. This is somebody who doesn't know as much as they want you to think they know. This is a person who is determined to get ahead and to make things work for them, but they will sacrifice anyone and anything in order to get there. So just be mindful of that. It moves us to our subconscious chakra energy, which is listening. This is, again, the 3rd chakra. So often we think of the 3rd chakra as simply communicating, simply talking. But listening is going to be so important. And that's going to be a lot where we start to see our truth, where we start to see things that are core values for ourselves or parts of ourselves that we just can't ignore. We're listening to what we want. We're listening to what our soul is longing for. And as we listen, we start to find that it's a superpower, that most people don't listen anymore. They talk, they demand, but they don't show up present in this world. And that's what we're going to be doing during this time. It moves us to our subconscious rooted energy, which is the Wheel of Fortune. Everything is changing. And we're going to really feel that. We're going to feel this change coming forward, the highs, the lows, the lefts, the rights, things coming in. And we're going to think, I didn't expect that. I didn't see that curveball coming in. But we're also finding that we're completing a cycle, which is really nice. On the last angel number day of the year, on the last angel message, we're going to find that we've come to some sort of conclusion. We see something a little bit more openly and honestly for ourselves. Excuse me. And it moves us to our subconscious inner self, which is the moon. Oh, I do apologize, which is the moon. And this is Pisces energy. This is a sense of I'm seeing my fears. I'm seeing what has held me back. I'm seeing the illusions of it all, the illusions that I took as truth. And as I took these illusions as truth, as I took these half-seen ideas or, imagery, I made conclusions that did not have the basis that they should have. And so here with the moon coming forward, it's the subconscious and the conscious part of ourselves connecting. It's the insight, it's the ideas, it's the passion, it's the discovery coming forward. And it's the fear leading us and saying, do I get to control all of this? Or are we going to rein in the fear and really let ourselves be illuminated by wisdom? It moves us to our subconscious inner self. And that is the devil. The devil is Capricorn energy. The devil here is light illuminating our way. It's a connection with the earth, with nature, with our ideas and our ideals. And it's saying there's more here than meets the eye. What I thought I was chained to, what I thought I had to be, is not how I have to live my life. And it brings us to our subconscious public arena self. It's the Queen of Cups. The Queen of Cups is water sign energy, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer. This is nurturing, healing, beautiful, love, and connection. This is a sense of I'm teaching the inner child within me. This is a sense of I'm teaching the world around me just by my actions, just by my ability to live and to connect and to be. And this is a time of tremendous healing. All right, Virgo. I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I'm sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all, and stay safe. Let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of our positive energy as we embrace the power and the intensity of this last angel time of this year. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and in harmony, Virgo.